Now, if you've been through childbirth, then it is a process that you're highly likely not to forget. How much, though, do you remember about your midwife? Now, today is International Day of the Midwife, and this year is shining a light on all the incredible work that midwives and maternity staff have provided during this past year. And one of us knows all about how important the work of a midwife is. And you might be surprised to know that that is Janet, actually, because you worked on a maternity... You did a programme on a maternity ward.
In 2007, I did a TV series. I'd done one before with the same company where I'd learned how to be a teacher in a primary school. So this was... this time, they said the series was called So You Think You Can Be a Midwife or You Think You Can Nurse. And I went up to Barnsley Hospital and then I had my induction training and I was placed on the labour ward, but the actual training part of it, the 2 days intensive training, went quite badly because I was taken aside afterwards and told my language was absolutely unacceptable.
What a surprise.
And I must not speak to any patient in the hospital like that. And then they placed me on the maternity ward where once the women were in the full, throes of labour, all sorts of language was
I bet you heard swear words you've never heard before. Let's have a look. We've got a clip, actually, and then we'll talk a bit more about it. Coleen is looking. Can you imagine?
Can you believe
they told you, Janet Street Porter's your midwife.
Well, I can honestly say, Janet, there is no epidural in the world that could numb the pain of you walking towards me as I'm about to give birth.
Well, what was really funny is I had a big clipboard, and when the women were arriving to have their babies, they had a clipboard with all their details on it. So I said, can I go through the checklist of what you've requested? I don't want any pain-killing drugs, I want yoga, I want a water birth and all blah, blah, blah. 2 hours later, screaming the place down, putting their arm out for any painkillers that are available. And then I had to stop a dad trying to take a crate of beer into the delivery room because he got fed up with waiting.
Just watching that, it must be amazing seeing...
Did you actually deliver? You actually delivered the baby, did you?
Well, I was a trainee midwife, so I was not doing the actual...
Pulling the baby out.
Pulling the baby out. No. The minute the baby was out, it was handed to me and I was allowed to wash the baby and I cut the cord.
That's amazing, though.
You're cutting the cord, but you've done that,
Yeah,
Gloria,
I did.
well.
I mean, I personally would never have asked Karen, may I go and sort of be with you at the birth? But she asked me, would I like to be there? And, of course, I wanted to be there. When your daughter gives birth, it's just something truly special. And then I was also at the birth, so that was Charlie, and then I was at the birth of Gabriel as well. And, of course, Russ was there as the prime cutter of the cord, but he allowed me to help him cut the cord. And it's such a... I mean, at the beginning you said the miracle of childbirth.
Oh,
it is the miracle. And because I'd been up the other end on other occasions, it was incredible to see it. And now I say to Charlie and Gabriel, do you know, I have known you, and they finished the sentence, since the second I was born.
You know what does amaze me about the midwives, though, is how... They're just so calm, aren't they? They're the most calming thing in the room because it is a scary moment for parents or relatives or whatever. And it's just their wonderful calmness and they never get angry with you and I just...
It's all about encouragement.
Yeah, all about encouragement.
I remember my midwife. She sadly passed away, actually, but we kept in touch for a long time and she came to Jack's first birthday party and she was absolutely wonderful. And it was just... I felt like I was in this bubble with her because I just knew anything happens, if I'm anxious or anything goes wrong. Eamon was there and he was wonderful, but he was nervous and he was in and out and, phoning my mum. And so, actually, the person that I kind of looked to for anything was Maria. And, she, like you said, it was that calm that you need, actually, especially if you're scared.
So was she with you through the whole... labour?
Yes.
Because my labours went on for so long, I must have gone through about 5 midwives. So just when I had 12 hours with one, another one had walked in. So I never had that connection all the way through.
When my mum was having babies, I mean, the cry used to be, like, if you, where were you born? Upstairs in the front bedroom. Yeah. Because all the babies are born at home. But I think that the midwife, fabulous as they are, they really come into play when you go home with the baby and you're a bit scared of bathing the baby or the milk and are they growing enough, all that kind of thing. I think midwives do a fabulous job.
We think they do a wonderful job, but did Janet do a wonderful job? Because we did get some feedback on your performance.
No.
She's so right.
She's so right.
you.
She's like that in our, you're like that in our
really
morning
well.
meeting.
I'm sorry. I delivered babies. I washed them. I wrapped them up. I did nothing wrong, and you saw me trying to be encouraging.
Yeah, but it takes longer than 15 minutes.
Yeah,
to
well,
give birth.
the other boring bits, like washing out the teacups.
Well, we have an offer. If any of you would like Janet to deliver your baby,
no.